Hi everyone, Ken, Active Newcastle. Here we are with the second part of the gentle well-being exercise session. This follows the warm-up and there will be the cool-down to follow, and following the cool-down, the relax. My feet are on the move, as should yours be, as we're going to take just about 1 minute as a second pulse raiser, just to make sure we're all ready to go into the main work, because we are going to be working a bit harder. So everyone on the move, if you're sitting on the chair, you'd be tapping your feet and maybe moving those arms, ready to go. A few more seconds, stay comfortable. These should be suitable for most people, but do adjust your rhythm and speed to what is suitable for yourself. Slow down if you need to. If you do have to stop, try to keep the feet on the move and not come to any abrupt stops. One last thing before we start, you can have equipment in this, but it's not absolutely necessary. Our bodies will give us a good workout with the movement in the first place. I'm going to quickly show you in the last few seconds. We could have this kind of equipment, 2 tins, it's simple as that. We could have, if we're lucky, a couple of proper dumbbells, and that might be useful as well. So without further ado, let's launch straight into the main exercises. 10 exercises, 1 minute each, and here we go with the side step. This is a nice gentle pace, and we're going to introduce some low arms into this. You don't have to have the arms, but it's nice if you want to put that in. Start with low arms, it's the early part of the workout. We need to work through 1 minute each per exercise, 10 different exercises. And quickly, before the minute's up, if I was on the chair, keep going everyone, I would just look exactly the same as such. Nice and gentle. And we're moving on to the second exercise. So keep going for the full minute. Keep the breathing relaxed. You should never allow yourself to become breathless. But heavier breathing is fine. Second exercise, I'll start standing up. It's an upright row. I'll borrow one of my weights. With or without the weight. If you felt tired, or you feel as if your breathing is going up too quickly, take the weight away. Or take the arms out and just tap the feet until you're ready to join in again. Or we could be in a chair. So we may have started in the chair, or we can always go to the chair if we need it. Remember, heavier breathing, fine. Breathlessness, not fine. Please do get a drink whenever you would need one. Keep a nice rhythm. Coming up to the minute. To the next exercise, which is sit to stand, and I'm here already, so had you been standing, come to your chair. If you can do the sit to stand, hands out of the way, simply stand up and sit down. Stand up and sit down. Stand up and sit down. If you get tired or you haven't been doing the full sit to stand, leg extension. Yeah, make sure you've got plenty of room in the area, plenty of fresh air in your room, everyone. And a drink handy for whenever you need it, in case I forget to remind you. Any back problems, don't pull the toe in, just lift the foot, neutral position. Regular breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Next exercise, we'll move into the bicep curl. I'll move to a standing position. Actually, I'll stay seated. If I was standing, I'd be doing exactly the same thing. And when I'm standing, I might want to use a heel dig. Make sure the weights are not too heavy. And if you need to put them down, put them down. So your best judge is how you feel in general, and that regular breathing, just up from normal, but not breathless. breathing so that you could have a conversation with people. Think of your posture, standing tall. If you don't like the heel dig, maybe you would just walk. That's always the one you can do if some of the footwork seems a little trickier at times. So we're going to move from the bicep curl to the steps. Let me put these down. So we haven't got a steps box, so what we're going to do is I'm going to turn sideways. I'm just going to step forward and step back. Step forward and step back. As if I was stepping onto a box and off the box. Onto a box, off the box. You can change legs if you want. Keep going for that. Those of you who wanted a bit more might step forward, step back. Step forward, step back. Step forward, step back. And those on the chair, keep going if you're in the standing, would be step forward, step back. Step forward, step back. And so on with a single leg. Or you can, if you've got very good tummy muscle, step forward, step back. But I advocate single step forward and back. Coming up to the minute. And we're going to move on to the next exercise, which is front raise. If you're using your weights, or your tins, or your bottles, keep the feet moving, toe tap forward, and do a front raise. On the chair, it's a little tricky, so sometimes if you've got a chair that allows your arms to hang down, just lift them up. Thumb on the top is fine. If you prefer, you can lift with the back of the hand to the top, but do not lift with the palm up. I'm not going to do it, but suffice it to say, the palm is never up, not on this. If I'm in a standing position, I'd be doing exactly the same. Little angle, shoulder height from the hip line, or you could do it a bit more precise. 6 inches in front of the body, shoulder and back to that same position. Okay, we're moving away from front raise into a lower body exercise, knee raise. You may want the rhythm and you may want to just touch that in. If you want a little bit more control, you might want to take a hold of your chair. And you can focus on the movement, keeping your tummy firm, keeping tall. But if you're ready, if you don't need a support, that's fine. If you're on the chair, I'll head to the chair, let me show you. It's essentially the same movement. So I'm lifting the knees, and maybe a little tap. Keep that breathing under control. So whichever way you do it, it's a good movement. Moving on to the next one, chest press. Generally, if those who've done these before will think of this as a medicine ball, but it doesn't have to be, as long as you don't drop it. Push away, bring back, feet on the move. You can vary your foot pattern. I'm using a very simple just step today, but you could have a heel dig if you're familiar with it, or even a side step if you want. But I'll leave that, that's optional, or even a back step. And if I was in the chair, a few seconds to show you in the chair, walking the feet, chest press, heel dig, and chest press. As a variation, even a toe tap, or just basic. Breathing. Remember, keep the breathing under control. Moving on to the lower body, the hamstring group. So these are the hamstrings. Curl to the back. Curl, 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 curl. If that's a bit tricky, try a foot tap behind if you want to stand. If that's a bit tricky, take a little support, or from your chair. If you're in the chair, or sitting in the chair doing your exercises, try popping your feet a little bit further forward than the regular, and just curl them back and bring them back. Curl and forward, curl and forward, curl and forward. If you've got that and it feels fine, add a little bit of arms. Leg curls and arm curls go together particularly well. Your body can usually coordinate these quite comfortably. If you find that's too much, you could take the hands out. Okay, coming up to the end of that minute, moving on to the last exercise in this 10-minute segment, 10-minute sequence, and it's going to be a march. So you'd be marching on the chair, moving the feet, and here I am. This is the last exercise, everyone, so you can keep it quite vigorous. Now, we're going to finish here today, but this circuit can be done 2 times through, which would be a 20-minute workout, or the full 3 times through. I think you should start at the bottom and work your way up unless you've got some previous experience. When this is finished, this is your march, this is your exercise. When this last minute is finished, I'll be going, but I want you to go straight to the proper cool down and finish that with the relax to follow. Please get a drink, and I hope you've enjoyed this workout. And if you did enjoy the video, please give a thumbs up and leave a comment below. And if you're watching on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button, turn the notifications on, and check out the links in the description below for any other videos that will be coming out. That's the end of the minute. So remember guys, move on to your cool down now, get a drink. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you very much.